So we're here in the cafeteria just to show you around the building a little bit, but we wanted to talk about something that's real important, and that would be communication between here at school and the people that help your son or daughter here at school and those of you at home as well. And so a few things that you need to remember if there are concerns, or if you just want to reach out and talk with either a teacher or another staff member here, myself. We have email. And the email, the general rule is firstname.lastname@usd469.net. So mine would be rob.mckim@usd469.net. If you didn't hear back from that teacher using that firstname.lastname, please reach out to me. We do have some variations, but most of our teachers, most of our staff can go by that email address. We try to get back to you in 24 hours, and maybe it's just to get back to say, hey, I got your email, we're working on it, and we'll try and have a response from you fairly quickly. If you think an in-person meeting is needed, or if you'd like to request so, do that via email or by email, and then we'll set something up for you to meet with the teacher, or if you need to meet with myself, we can set that up as well. Also along those lines, we do have parent-teacher conferences coming up, and so we took feedback from you and the response rate that we had last year, as well as talking with our site council, which is made up of parents who said and who appreciated the opportunities to have Zoom conferences. So we want to try that again this first semester here. So all of our conferences will be via Zoom, and we'll have sign-up sheets, and we'll send out more information later. But I wanted to give you a heads up that when we have our parent-teacher conferences this semester, which will be in the 1st of October, then we will be sending some stuff out for you to sign up for that. If you need, or if you feel like it's important for you to meet in person, we can set those up individually. Okay. Hi everybody. I'm outside the library here at the high school, and just want to talk to you a little bit about an opportunity for our students after school. If they're struggling with the class or just need a quiet place to work, we have tutoring on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after school from 3:30 to 4:30. And I'm here with Miss Matthews, and she kind of heads that up in the process. So Miss Matthews, you want to talk to them a little bit when the student comes in? What do they need to do?
Sure. They just need their iPad and scan the QR code, and that lets us know when you get here through your email, and it lets us know how long you stay because we'll scan out when you.
Yep. So this is a pretty unique opportunity. Most schools don't do this, but we have professional tutors. So we have core area teachers in the room, and that's for free. And that is rare that happens, and that's why I want kids to take advantage of this, and parents to know that this is an opportunity for you. Parents, you can always check with us to see if your son or daughter didn't make it that day, how long they stayed, and then even talk to us a little bit about what they worked on. Please, please, please take advantage of these opportunities that we provide for you. So we'll take a few minutes to use our computer, and I want to show you how to use Skyward, or some tips for Skyward, as well as some tips for Canvas, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I want to walk you through a little bit of Skyward and some of the things that you can check on here to see how your student is doing. There's really 3 tabs that I would pay quite a bit of attention to. Of course, you have all these tabs on the left-hand side that you can look for information. But the 3 tabs that I would check the most would be something along the lines of their attendance, which is right here. As you can see, the student that we're concerning here has not been absent or tardy, but if they were, they would show up right here, and then the type of absence that they have would be listed as well. If they're unexcused, that's a UNX, and so on and so forth. So there's different types of absences that you want to check. If you have questions about that, feel free to call Missy Allen here at our office, and she can give you more information along those lines. That would be one. The second one would be fee management, and just involved with the high school, there are fees for different classes, there are fees for several different things, and so looking on here to see what I owe or what the student owes is valuable to have, and you can obviously make a payment, add a fee, which I doubt you'll be doing. We will probably be doing along those lines, or view payments and view totals. So that would be also one. Probably the most important, as far as I'm concerned, would be looking in the grade book and just seeing how your student is doing class-wise. So our test student here has obviously some classes here that they're doing very well in all the way through. And then if we click on the actual letter grade, so click on this B plus here, we can look at the different grades in there and see, okay, they're doing well in these things. This class or this project maybe not as well as we had hoped. These activities doing well. So you can get an idea after the fact of how students did on their assignments. If they have missing assignments, they're right up here in this area. So in this case, there are no missing assignments, but you can check here for missing assignments. The one thing that I would say about Skyward is this is an after-the-fact report. In some situations, teachers update daily on their grades, so this is pretty accurate to where they currently sit. Some are a few days behind and maybe not updated as often as daily, which is probably the norm, to be honest with you. And then some are up to a week behind with their grades. So this won't help you so much with what is coming up to be due. This tells you how they did on the assignments that they turned in. All right, we're back. I showed you a little bit of Skyward and what that would look like for a parent. We also want to take you to Canvas, and we have a parent canvas that you can look through and help you in helping your student or following your student through their classes. I want to remind you that the grade that's in Skyward is the grade that will go on their transcript when we're done. So Skyward is the grade that you want to check, and when we talk about grades, that will be the one that you reference. So I'm going to flip you through a few of these classes here just to show you a few things. It's called a Parent Connect or a Parent Canvas. And we have the instructions to that. If you want to set this up for your student or students, you can do so. I'm going to click into this class and just show you a little bit. They're going to look a little different. The class that we have here, you can see, has different homeworks on different days. So they've set everything up. Today obviously is September, well, I won't give you the day because it'll go later than what it actually is, but it is in September. And so we can look here and see that here's the homework for September 14th, here's the homework for September 15th, so on and so forth. On this left-hand side, or kind of not the total left-hand side, but the middle column here, there's some things that you can look at. You'll probably be looking at, mostly in this case, grades for this class. And you can see if something's late. Now this one's turned in. You can see the score for the student and the out of. And then over here, if there is any rubric. So this one has a rubric there. You can see the rubric results and their score. So this one was a 63 out of 75. You can see we're down here. So these grades have not been turned in yet. And then you can see at the bottom here there's a percent grade. Now that might be close. That might be exactly what they have in Skyward, but it also might vary a little bit. That's why we want to emphasize that the Skyward grade is the grade that goes on their transcript and is the one that matters. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. The dashboard is where the different classes show up. So maybe in their English they're doing great, in their math they're struggling. So you go to their math, see that class, click on that. It may look a little different. They may have a Bitmoji that has a little more information or something along those lines to learn. Here again, they have the weekly kind of things to do. Now this one is the opposite because it starts, the bottom is the beginning and the top is the current week. Right? So that's something you'll have to navigate as you go through this teachers or the variety of teachers that they have. Again, in grades, you can kind of see how they're doing. And in this case, this student has turned in all of their assignments on time. You can see there's 3 missing up here, but then you look over at these dates. I imagine these dates will be changed at some point by the teacher, so I think they're in pretty good shape in this case. And if you're looking at grades at the bottom, you probably know that they're in pretty good shape. So just so you see a little bit different, I'm going to go back to the dashboard and check one more class. Again, I could check all 7 classes if need be, but if your student maybe has 1 class or 2 classes that don't work quite as well, you want to check those a little more often. As you can see here again, week 3, week 4, and we're working through that process. A lot of the teachers have that weekly type updates on what's being taken care of or what's expected. You can see here the syllabus is in there. Again, assignments are there, but grades is the one that you'll check the most. That's the one that we get the most questions on. As you can see, like August 25th, this was turned in. There's no score, but there's a check mark. That means the grade or that class or that assignment, I'll say it correctly the 3rd time, the assignment is turned in. It's out of 10, but it has not been graded yet. Now in this case, on August 27th, there's still an assignment here. It's listed as missing. And so this would be a question that you would have for your son or daughter. Again, not quite graded yet. That's why I wanted to show you this page so you could see along those lines. Here, and to be honest with you, when you can click on it. If it doesn't allow you, obviously that's not something that you will do at that point. I would imagine that these are things that they're not due yet, but they were handed out. So this is where you see, in Canvas is where you see the things that are due on the date that they're due. You can also look ahead a little bit and see, hey, here coming up, if today is, let me get in a different class period. I'm going to go back to math because I believe that I saw this in the math earlier. If I go to the assignments, and again, you can play around with that a little bit. So this right here, 1.3, blah, 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 this assignment, not available until September 15th. It's probably after September 15th when you're looking at this, but as I'm doing this, September 15th hasn't happened yet. So they'll get this on September 15th at midnight, and then it's due September 17th at 11:59. So this would be a class, or this would be an assignment that you could see in advance that your son or daughter, again, needs to complete by that time. So just a little bit of what's available to you as a parent. You can certainly flip through that. If you want directions to how to sign up to Parent Canvas, please email myself, and I will send you that sheet or that information. And then if you have any trouble signing up, we'll help you in that process. But this is Canvas. We talked about Skyward before. They do work hand in hand and really can be something that you use to your advantage as you help your son or daughter navigate Lansing High School.